welcome back to another episode of A&B Sports Media, the podcast. My name's AJ.
And I am Bill.
And welcome back.
Thanks.
We took a little break just because I got back from a concert, Bill from a wedding.
Yep.
And congratulations to Bill because he is officially
homeowner, yeah.
of real estate.
Thank God.
So,
And also congratulations to Max Matez and Melinda Matez for being married. If you ever actually listen to this, I will expect a text message saying thank you.
absolutely, congratulations to you guys. So that we were off last week, so just kind of getting back into the swing of things. Bill, you want to start us off with history?
Yeah, let's start off with today on June 28th in sports history. 1887, the Phillies' most lopsided shutout beating Indianapolis 24-0. Then again in 92, the Phillies tie club record for 16 straight victories. We got some tennis going on in 1897 for Wimbledon women's tennis. Blanche Bingley Hilliard wins her fourth title, beating Charlotte Cooper. I mean, I gotta love these old 1800 names. Blanche Bingley Hilliard.
They had some PG creativity.
And then, speaking of which, in 1904, same thing in Wimbledon's women's tennis. Reigning champion Dorothea Chambers beat Charlotte Cooper again. Charlotte, you gotta get your shit together. Moving on, just some regular games going on. I even talk about cricket, but nothing really too crazy in today in sports history. Golfing legend George Norman gets married. That's a cool thing.
Hey, congrats to him, another marriage.
Otherwise, very short, sweet, and to the point on today in sports history. Gonna fly right through Formula One. There is a race this weekend on July 2nd at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
This is the Austrian Grand Prix, not the Australian Grand Prix. Max, I'm pretty sure, has clinched the title for, driver of the year. So, yeah, just watch how you feel. Let's see what happens with all the other racers. See if they get transferred, anything like that. And if that's true on what AJ is showing me on his laptop about Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney investing in Alpine, I would be shocked.
Yeah, so there's another person that I remember seeing was going to go in on the investment with them, but I can't find it. But there's they're investing in the Alpine.
They are. They committed.
They are. It was
cool.
It was a rumor, but it looks like it's more confirmed now.
Good.
This is June 26th. This article.
So this was just 2 days ago.
Yep, so it says, grew stronger on Monday when Renault announced the actors Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney were part of a consortium taking a stake in its Alpine team.
Oh, cool. Actually, Alpine's a good team, too. Pierre Gasly's on there, and I forget who the other one is. But either way, I'm going to look and double-check. Esteban Ocon. Both of them are both good midfield racers, too, so this may also give them a boost in their salary cap, if they're going to invest more. That's going to happen. The other thing, too, is since they're going to be Ryan Reynolds as a part of it, and so is McElhenney, you're going to... I said his name wrong, but I don't care. You can see probably they may have some decision on what the car looks like. Not, like the design, like the aerodynamics. I'm meaning, like, you may see a Deadpool on the spoiler someday.
Well, they'll probably put their
They'll put the soccer team, Wrexham, there, though. And that's a huge thing in general now. Now your small little team from Wales is now internationally running around on a race car going 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Neat.
They're pretty much living the Ted Lasso.
They're going nuts. But good for them. That's awesome. That's good to know. Good for Alpine. Otherwise, going right into the Union, they're currently 4th in standings right now. Currently have, if I understand, 34 points. Just right under Nashville. Excuse me. Last couple matches were a little weird. I think the last ones I really talked about was when they were on a couple-game winning streak besides the draw between DC United. They're a 3-game winning streak. 4-game winning streak, sorry. They lost to San Jose afterwards on June 10th, tied Orlando City on June 21st, and then came back against Inter Miami to win 4-1. They're playing also on July 2nd against Atlanta United at 4 o'clock. Good news, I've been loving the Union, though, keeping them up there. I still need them to beat Cincinnati, Nashville, or New England. I want them at the top so they can take this title this time because we want one sports team to win in Philadelphia in the next couple of years.
At least one.
At least one. Lastly, I have UFC to go over from last week and UFC to go over for this weekend coming up. This one was pretty simple. This was Josh Emmett versus Ilia Topuria. Did I say it right? Yep, Ilia Topuria. This was a fight night that was on ABC or ESPN Plus, so you caught this one for free. This one was started earlier at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And honestly, it was a pretty good card. I got to watch the entire thing. I was in my brand new recliner, relaxing, lounging. Overall, pretty good card. There was some sadness in one of the fights. There was a draw, no contest. I'll get back to it in a second. But there was a lightweight bout in the prelims from two dudes named Trevor Peek and Chepe Marsical. And Dana White wasn't too happy with the fight because I've watched Trevor Peek fight before, and the man just swings. And it's funny to watch because it's not just, straights, hooks, lefts. It is literal hammer fists and club punches out of nowhere.
Solid.
So it looked kind of amateurish, not going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
But I enjoyed the fight no matter what. Otherwise, though, what is it? Matej Rebecki also got a very nice knockout in the second round on the prelims. But before I forget, Neil Magny and Phil Rowe. Neil Magny's still holding it down for the welterweights, showing that he's still got it in him, even though he just lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov. Neil's still a top contender. You got to always keep him in mind. He's still a dangerous man. Brendan Allen versus Bruno Silva was a very good fight. A lot of back and forth fighting for one round only. Bruno even looked like he had him on the ropes for a second, but Brendan Allen came back for a submission at the last minute, near last minute at 4 minutes and 39 seconds. So that was pretty dope. The performance of the night, though, was a featherweight bout between David Onama from Uganda and Gabriel Santos from Brazil. That was a good fight, back and forth striking, didn't want to go to the ground. And then David Onama got a beautiful knockout at 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Stole the finisher, or, after he knocked him out, he got up and did the same thing as Izzy, pulled the arrows out and was just shooting him. I don't know if that's his thing or anyone else's, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the sad fight that happened, the heavyweight bouts, which was one of the bigger ones, Austin Lane versus Justin Tafa. This was unfortunately stopped 29 seconds in due to an eye poke that was considered too serious to not continue. And if you saw the Twitter pictures afterwards, his eye was shut.
Ooh.
It was bad. Like, that could have really damaged it. Otherwise, Amanda Ribas versus Macy Barber. Macy Barber came out to win, and she sure did. Round 2, 342, won by knockout. It was real good. The last fight, the big fight, featherweight bout, fight in the night, Josh Emmett versus Ilia Topuria. Ilia is just on another level. He had incredible striking, incredible boxing, kicking, everything. And Josh never gave up for 5 fucking rounds, was throwing everything that he had in every shot. And you could tell when Ilia got hit, he did not like it whatsoever. He even said it at the end of the fight, like, I know I'm trying to cruise to be the best, but holy shit, that scared me.
Oh.
So Ilia now will be in the top 5, which gives him into the title convention. The good news is the featherweight belt is actually being challenged soon against Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. If Alex holds the title again, most likely Ilia Topuria will be fighting next, which I would like to see because this man is on a warpath to the top. Otherwise, we're going to next weekend, which means this Saturday, actually. July 1st, Sean Strickland versus Albus Magomedov. And that's going to be on Saturday, July 1st at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at the UFC Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada. Ooh. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I did it anyway. That, props to Sean Strickland. He's currently on, I believe it's now a 2-fight losing streak. He is currently, maybe 3. Nope, 2-fight losing streak. And putting his ranking up for the risk. He's currently ranked number 7 in middleweights, and Albus is not. But going down the rest of the card, you got lightweights bouts between number 12 and number 15, Damir Ismagulov versus Grant Dawson. Great fight in general. Otherwise, really after that, it's a bunch of no-name fighters, sadly, that were not really that known, that are going to be known. Except for the heavyweights. Apparently, there's actually a heavyweight ranked fight at the beginning of the prelim, so that really sucks.
Huh.
14 and 15. Alexander Romanov versus Bagli Ivanov. Cool. Otherwise, like I said, not too much going on for that. We'll see this weekend. I think the next card after that's a big UFC event, and that's going to be the next like real hot craze going on. PFL wise, they had their lightweight Grand Prix. Shane Burgos won. He's actually eligible in the playoffs. This is actually something because the way PFL works. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you this. PFL works.
How could you?
I know PFL works differently than UFC, where they do at the beginning of the year. They basically do this whole season. If you get a knockout in the first round, you get extra points. Depending on how you win the fight, decision, knockout, submission, whatever, you get a certain amount of points, and that can even clinch you a playoff position.
Okay.
So, Shane Burgos won via decision, and there was another fight beforehand that was already over, and they already clinched, whoever these fighters were. Mm-hmm. The owner of the PFL was so disappointed in that fight because of how boring it was, he knocked them out of the playoffs and put Shane Burgos in because he put on a show.
Oh, wow.
So, props to Shane for keeping it in. Hopefully he wins it all.
That's crazy.
Otherwise, that's all I got for the moment. What do you got?
That's actually crazy. Excuse me. What I got right now is to tell all of you people 100% to reach out to us at our Twitter handle at AB Sports Media, and also to email us.
I will find you if you don't.
Bill will go on a hunt. He's already sniffing. He knows where you're at. Close the doors, lock the doors. He's right behind you.
I am.
Or email us at billandajmedia@gmail.com.
Please.
Yeah, last time
I will feed you a grimace shake. God help you.
oh my God, those TikToks they're so funny. It happened within a day, and my feed was full of them.
I know, peeing myself full.
Matt was the only one that reached out to us, and shout out Matt again.
Thank you, Matt.
Because we're actually going to use one of your topics later on in this episode.
Woo!
But we would love to, reach out. We know we talked to a good amount of you.
Wilson.
Wilson, Matt, my grandfather for
Wilson.
one. But we
Send
still
a email.
want to include you in the podcast because it'd be really fun. It's fun for us. I hope
Last
fun for you.
episode made me all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Now I'm all cold and heartless again.
Well, your natural is cold and heartless.
Yes,
Bill.
I know.
But what happened over the past week or so is the Men's College World Series, baseball wise, happened.
That was a good series.
It was very fun actually. It was LSU versus the Florida Gators. And LSU ended up winning after 3 games.
Go Crawfish.
And it was the most watched Men's College World Series.
I bet. It was very entertaining. I watched it.
The amount of just friggin' runs that they put up against each other were nuts. But so it definitely showed why it was the most watched. And I want to give a shout out to Dylan Cruz, one of the players on there, because he reached base in every single game. That is 75 straight games where he reached base. That is fucking outstanding.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That is crazy.
Send them to the Phillies.
You don't understand that no matter what level you are, baseball is extremely hard.
That's
tough. Reaching base every single game of every season, where even like high school you might be playing like 20 games max.
Yeah.
You're not reaching base like a decent amount of those times. And he reached it 75-1. So that he's definitely gonna have a promising career, especially after winning a championship. That LSU team looks hungry. Well, the thing too about baseball is that you might have a generational talent, but like it takes them.
It takes a while.
It takes them years to get it's crazy.
I know, he'll remember that forever, but sadly, that may not mean much down the line.
Honestly, yeah.
His next season, if he shits the bed, and I'm not saying that he will. Mm-hmm. Who cares about that 75? That's nothing.
Yeah, baseball is crazy cyclical. But speaking on baseball, the Phillies are actually getting phenomenal support from their bullpen, and it's not their 2 aces, even though Wheeler's been pitching outstanding.
Yes, he has.
The main dog has been Ranger Suarez, who
we love Suarez.
In the past 5 games he's come back I think beginning of June, and his past 5 games, Washington 7 innings pitched, only 1 earned run. Dodgers 6 innings pitched, only 1 earned run. Arizona 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. Atlanta, who is a on fire team, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. And Chicago the other day, 7.1 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. That is crazy.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Someone coming back from injury too. He's definitely our best pitcher right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
People calling him Power Ranger. Gotta love it.
Makes sense.
But him and we'll call Bartolo Colon Jr.
Yep.
Taiwan Walker have been outstanding. Both Ranger with 33 innings pitched at about 1 ERA in the whole month of June. Taiwan Walker 30 innings pitched, 1.5 ERA. That's crazy. That's actually really outstanding.
It is.
People are saying normalize calling Ranger and Taiwan our aces instead of Wheeler and Nola, who, to be honest, even in the month of June, Nola's picked it up. Wheeler's been outstanding his past outings, so it's good to see. And Phillies are starting to look really good. And like I said, just wait till June.
Yeah, June worked out.
That's all it'll take. On other baseball news, Luis Arias, he is outstanding. He's going to hit 400 for the season.
That is incredible.
He's the best hitter right now in terms of just getting on base and getting hits. That's crazy to me. And he's not going to win MVP because Ronald Acuna is on pace to be the first player in history to hit 35-plus home runs and over 70 stolen bases. He's on pace for that. That's nuts.
That's nuts in general.
So it's been
a lot of home runs.
Yeah, and it's been a really good year of baseball. Just watching stars that were hurt last year come back and perform, and then Luis Arias, he's just so goddamn good right now, and it's a shame that he's probably not going to win MVP, but Acuna's just on another level. So that's kind of what's been happening in baseball. That's honestly the past week or so for baseball has been really crazy, because the Mets have severely underperformed, and they're one of the most
severely underperforming New York team.
Listen,
we like this.
We love it. We absolutely love it.
it.
But they're one of the most expensive teams too. And their owner Steve Cohen actually had a media press conference today just to kind of talk to the media, try to calm fans down. Frank the Tank has been losing his friggin' mind, and honestly, it's been hysterical.
It has been hysterical to watch.
Definitely a sweet dude. Seems like a really cool guy, but whenever he has just a
little bit of anger, nope,
an aneurysm about any team that he likes, it is the funniest thing in the world.
That it is.
But Stephen Cohen came out and said, I'm preparing my management team for all possibilities. If we don't get better, we have decisions to make at the trade deadline. That's
people.
Not my preferred end result, but I'm preparing all contingencies.
So he's prepared to cut people, save money. Got it.
He's pretty much.
If this doesn't go well, it's a rebuilding season for the Mets next year.
It's looking like it, especially with how much they friggin' spent this year, dude.
Or they cut everybody, and then they get Shohei Ohtani.
Dude, if they... I'd be so friggin'... I think... I'm pretty confident our friend Ryan Patton actually said, I want Ohtani to go to the Mets, and I said, how dare you say that to me?
You were offended like if it was words from the devil's tongue itself.
It's literally like saying, if A.J. Brown goes to the Cowboys, I wouldn't be upset. It's no, that we don't want that.
Nope.
He also went on to say, listen, I'm a patient guy. Everybody wants me to fire this person, fire that person, but I don't see that as a way to operate. If you want to attract good people to this organization, the worst thing you could do is be impulsive, which is true. But
fire people.
But you guys are imploding, and you're kind of looking like a good old Titan.
Oh God,
the submarine, which that was a weird development this whole past week.
There was a sub, and then there wasn't a sub.
Yeah, they already have people.
There's already memes.
They have the Wilpin Mets, the previous owner, and then Steve Cohen Mets. So pretty funny. So also we'll move on to hockey. Flyers, as soon as they brought me back in, they just took me back out again. They trade Kevin Hayes to the Blues for only a 6th round pick.
What a deal. That was the greatest deal of all time.
It was terrible.
It was
absolutely terrible.
We thought we were going to get our, season this year, the comeback season, at least do somewhat well. Not this year. Oh, yeah, not this year.
This year?
Yeah, it could have been.
This is
the real rebuild.
This is where you see some hope. This is the season you see hope.
Yeah, I don't have hope yet.
Yeah, neither do I.
If only the season tickets were cheaper, and I would actually consider it again. But I'm not going to because they're still expensive.
Yeah, they're still expensive. Plus, also with that deal, they retain Hayes' 50%. 50% of Hayes' $7.1 million cap hit.
Ew.
Right. So this deal just looks terrible.
Yeah, it's a terrible deal.
So
who made that deal? I could do a better deal.
Probably Briere.
Briere, I will be there to help you out.
But he was one of our top
Flyers is going.
He was one of our top scorers, and we only got him for. I mean, he's 31, but we only got him for a 6th-round pick, and I don't know. It hurts. It hurts to see us do something so smart at first, and then do something so like very.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. Sticking on in the same stadium, Tobias Harris. I don't know exactly where he was, but a reporter kind of asked him like about, the trade speculation, and he said he was like, listen, like to casual Sixers fans, they'll trade me for a crumble cookie. He also went on to say that you're not going to find a 6'9" forward who can shoot 40% from 3, guard the team's best player shooting, like all that kind of stuff. But Twitter was like, we'll gladly trade you for a crumble cookie.
I was going to say, I'm actually backing up Tobias a little bit here.
Why?
A crumble cookie selling himself a little too cheap. At least make yourself an insomnia cookie.
Right.
I am not a fan of crumble cookie. But
right.
Insomnia cookie, though, that's where it's at. So, Tobias, say the exact same thing, but with insomnia cookie, I agree. I'd tell you in an instant.
If you said insomnia cookie, I might be more inclined to agree with you. But someone said he's absolutely right about the casual fan part, because watching him play the last 4 years has made me realize I shouldn't care about this team above the casual level. For as much shit as he gets, I do commend him for being a good sport. And now I think he kind of knows where he's at, especially within the Sixers
I think he knows he's not staying.
And I think now he's kind of like selling him up. And to be honest, he's pretty on the money right now.
Yeah.
But curious to see if he does get traded and if he comes back, if Nick Nurse actually draws some plays for him. But we'll see on that regard.
Yep.
But on some really, really fun notes, Jason Kelce actually went to, I forget exactly what bar it is. It's somewhere down near the shore, but James Seltzer was like kind of calling him out and saying he was going to be really good.
Yeah.
He'll like chug you under the table and stuff like that. And Jason Kelce said, "I'll bet I'll beat you at it." And he beat him. Jason Kelce finished a 30-ounce beer in 5.7 seconds.
That is insane.
I need you to understand, most people can't chug their 12-ounce in 5.7 seconds.
He knows how to open his throat. That is incredible.
To be fair, after this, you don't really see too much of it. I have a video up.
He throws up?
No, he's like leaned over in pain, just trying to fight to stay alive.
Yeah.
But that means he's
right,
been
though.
through worse.
Yeah.
He'll put his body through the ringer just to win. And that's commendable, but I just thought that was 30 fucking ounces, Bill.
That's a lot of beer.
That's a lot of beer, especially all that carbonation, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, those burps had to be rough the next couple
dude.
minutes. Those are the ones where the carbonation goes through your nose and it burns. You don't want that. You do not want that.
They also were doing this for their podcast, so right behind the camera was Travis Kelce, and he was just giggling away after everything because he saw Jason just killed over. He's like, "You're an idiot." Also, there was some really cool theme costumes at that bar too. There's one girl wearing a Nick Foles outfit with Nick Foles' kid when it was his kid was that young with like the headphones over and everything.
Yeah.
And then right next to him is a person in a penis costume, indicating Big Dick Nick is back.
Big Penis Nicholas.
But Matt, thank you for what we're about to do next, because I think this is actually going to be really fun.
Yes.
We have the Eagles schedule up right now. We're going to go week by week discussing their matchups. Now, we're not going to go too much into it, but I thought it'd be really cool to kind of discuss where we kind of line up with each team and kind of see where we're going to be at towards the end of it. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to go to the bye week. We're going to go to the bye week, which is week 10. And then we'll either do it next week or save it for a little bit later. But because I'm kind of curious what you guys think for this first section of matchups as well.
And you should respond at BillAndAJMedia@gmail.com.
And at our Twitter handle at AB Sports Media.
If you do this, I will give you a nice kiss goodnight.
Yeah, a little kiss on the head. Good night.
Please, for the love of God.
So the first regular season game is actually at the Patriots. I can't remember the first time we've had a home game.
I was gonna say,
in a while.
No, we normally don't get the week one. Usually is never a home game.
No.
For us.
So week one.
That's why those tickets are so expensive, though. Don't worry. I know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the next
it's
week
week one against the Patriots. I think we win this one pretty
I think
pretty
we win it.
heavy-handedly.
I'm going to say it's going to be 32-18.
32-18.
Yes, and thank God this is recorded because I'm not going to write this down. 32-18.
All right. Well, actually, I kind of would agree with you.
Okay, cool.
Just looking at our team from last year, this year,
Yeah.
we have only improved.
Yeah, I
We've
think we're
only
fine.
improved, especially when it comes to our running backs. Now, mind you, we're a little more glass cannon, but now we have more versatile running backs to actually push us through.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift as a pass catching back out the backfield is going to be disgusting. Rashad Penny,
Very
if
true.
he stays healthy, we don't even have to give either of them like workhorse backloads anyway. So.
Very true, yeah.
Rashad Penny, that man is a friggin' freight train who's way too fast for how big he is. You got Boston Scott, you got Gamo who's
Gotta
coming
love
off
Boston.
of a fantastic end of the season. So I'm really excited about just those matchups in general, the running backs against the linebackers, and obviously our wide receivers going to kick ass.
Yes.
Week 2.
42-24 Eagles versus the Vikings because the Vikings will always lose the Eagles Stadium.
It's now a tradition, and I hope they keep this going. Vikings at the Eagles on a Thursday night.
And they always get their shit kicked in.
We will be there. We will be there because that is tradition.
That is also going to be very expensive tradition.
Going to be very expensive tradition, but I mean,
I've been
once
fucking looking.
a year, might as well.
I know. Actually, I got to text Casey. If he can get those tickets, I'll get the tickets off him for that.
All right,
He never answered me the last time.
it's not going to be like last year's route.
No.
I don't think it'll be close, but it won't be last year's route.
Nah, I'm only saying a bigger gap because I'm having the vibe of it, but I know because the Vikings probably have done a lot more in the offseason, get themselves back up. Mm-hmm. They will probably be a little closer. Plus, it's only week 2. Eagles will still probably be figuring out everything, making sure everything's firing on all cylinders. So, honestly, it'll probably be a closer game. Or it'll be an absolute blowout like it normally is because the Vikings can't handle the Eagles.
27-14.
27-14. I'm still sticking with 42-24.
Week 3, we are at Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but this time it's a Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers.
I was like,
Again, these first few matchups I'm not really afraid of.
no.
And I can't really honestly gauge the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I don't know who they are yet.
I'm going to say it's a very close. I'm going to say, honestly, that's going to be the game where it's going to be a 3-point win from the Eagles.
That's going to be the gut check where it's like we could have been so much, like it could have been such more of a lead.
Because what's going to happen is the Eagles will win the Pats, the Eagles will beat the Vikings, we're going to feel hot, then we're going to get cocky and then nearly blow it, and it's going to be, whoa, slow down.
I don't, in this locker room, they don't necessarily get too cocky. Even during their run, like they
True.
weren't cocky.
Very true.
But I definitely think this is the gut punch of like
The reality,
hey, listen,
yeah.
it's like, hey, listen, you have to be perfect in this league
Yep.
to keep playing like that. And I think this one will be a lot closer.
Yeah.
I don't think a 3-point. I think they'll win by 10.
18 to
I'm gonna say
15.
I'm gonna say 24-14. I think they get slow off the bat and then they start picking it up.
18 to 15.
Nice. Washington Commanders at home on week 4. What are your thoughts?
Well, who's QBing for the Commanders now? It ain't Carson.
It ain't Carson, and it ain't our boy Taylor Heineke. He was a rookie last year, and they're gonna try and build off of him this year.
I think the Eagles will still take it.
It's an NFC East bout though. Like
It's going to be closer though.
they always come into Philly and play outstanding. Like every team, it is like not outstanding.
I was going to
but,
say,
like,
not last year for the Commanders. They got their shit kicked in.
not when they came here.
But didn't they?
That was
we
where
went
we
there.
lost.
We went. Yeah, that's when we went there and kicked their
Yeah.
shit in. Never mind.
When we go there, we kick the shit out of them.
Yeah,
when we
it's
come here,
when
they
it's home.
put up a
Home's
fight,
a little bit tougher. Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Like it's definitely a tougher battle for them, but they always put up a fight.
Yeah. I could see this being our first loss though.
I can see it too, but not this early to this Washington Commanders team. I think that
I'm going to take the L for this one and see what happens.
I'm actually going to go the complete opposite. I'm going to go. I think it's. We'll do 31 to 21.
I was going to say 21 to 18.
They lose
They
21-18.
lose 21-18.
It's just if they still had Taylor Heineke as their back or QB, then I'd be like, that's a Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's gonna keep going no matter what.
Yeah.
But the rookie, unless he just pops off the first 3 weeks, I don't see him coming into the Eagles Stadium. And
the pressure would be tough on him too.
Week 5 at the Rams, Los Angeles Rams. This is where I could definitely see us getting our first loss.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because this is a team where they were all hurt last year.
And everyone's
this
back
year,
together
everyone's back. So you'll have Cooper Kupp, you'll have Matthew Stafford, you'll have good old Van Jefferson, you'll have running back. Cam Akers was popping off towards the end of the season. So like you have your returning guys too. So like this is going to be a fun game.
32-24.
I think this is where we lose 27-24.
Okay.
Week 6 against the New York Jets. Good old Aaron Rodgers is there, and
break 'em.
And this is a team that our good friend Rav is going to want to, because we
may travel.
It's at MetLife. We could travel.
We can travel there. MetLife's not as far as we think.
No.
That's if I don't.
This is a close
bachelor
game.
Party.
This is a sleeper close game.
It will be a close game because usually when we play, I wouldn't say bad teams, it's closer than we think.
They're not a bad team.
They're a great team now.
They were a QB away from actually making a push.
Yep. So now they have a QB.
Who we'll see how much. We'll see if he stayed the same or if he regressed.
Yeah.
It is Aaron Rodgers though. He's the man.
He has magic.
We'll see, but I think this one is going to be another 27-24 win, but it's going to be a lot closer than I like.
Here's how it's going to go: 27-24. I agree with you there. Overtime win via field goal for the Eagles.
Oh, an overtime win.
Yep.
Okay. I don't think they're going to go to overtime. I think it's the field goal that wins them, but I think it's at like end of the game.
I think it's going to be overtime.
That'll be a fun one. Week 7, Miami Dolphins at Lincoln Financial.
They get their shit kicked in.
I'm already like realizing my bank account's crying.
Yeah, because we're gonna try to go to both of them.
Because this is my birthday.
Oh God.
October 22nd. It's my birthday. Kind of have to, and it's a night game.
Do we? Oh, you fuck! I'm broke.
I'm broke. I might honestly not go to the MetLife one and then just go to the Miami Dolphins one, which it kind of hurts my soul.
Yeah,
But
it does.
But this one is going to be an absolute shootout. It really depends on how our defense plays. And I'm kind of gauging our defense based off of our piss poor Jonathan Gannon one, which all of Eagles Twitter still hates him so much for having us lose that one. But I really think this one's going to be like both teams around 30 points.
I was going to say 44-40. No, 44-38.
That's
high scoring.
This is a flip flopper. I'm gonna give us. It's at home. I'm gonna give us the win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give us. If it was at Miami, I'd say they win it. But
especially with the way they play their field too, because they get to bake in the sun.
Exactly. Week 8, another bout with Washington Commanders. This one's more of a rout. I'm gonna say a solid 32.
I think by then we're gonna have everything rolling. I would say a little less. I'm gonna say 28-15.
All right, still a decent round.
Yeah.
Week 9, right before the bye, we have the Dallas Cowboys at home.
90-1.
No, this is gonna be a close fucking match.
It's always a close.
It's gonna be.
I hate it. I love it, but I hate it.
I'm gonna say there's gonna be more field goals than you think, and it's gonna end up being a solid 28-25.
I'm going to say a little less, though. I'm going to say 24-20.
Actually 29-24.
29-24. I'm going to say 24-20 still.
All right, so running through it, we'll go through your rankings first and then mine. So you had them here as a win.
Yep.
You had them here as a win.
Yep.
You had them here as a win. You had them here as a loss.
Correct.
So 3-1 going into week 5 at Rams. You have them.
I have them 3-2.
3. So right here is where they lose to.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
So 2 in a row. So going in,
pick it back up against the Jets.
So now they're at 4-2.
Yep, 5-2.
5-2.
6-2.
6-2.
7-2.
All right. So going into week 10, we're at 7-2. That's Billy's predictions. Here are mine. Week 1 win. So 1-0. Week 2, 2-0. Week 3, 3-0. Week 4, 4-0. Week 5, 4-1. Week 6, 5-1. week 7, 6-1. So this will be 7-1 going into week 8, and then 8-1 going into week 9. A little optimistic, but my two flip-flops are the Dolphins and the Jets. If they end up going 6-3 into the bye week, I can absolutely see that. And then the back half of our schedule is looking really, 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 really rough. Yeah. Week 11's the Chiefs. Week 12's the Bills. Week 13's the 49ers. Then the Cowboys.
Yeah,
the
that's
Seahawks.
that's gonna be rough.
And then the last 3 games are the easy ones, and I'm saying easy and relative because you have the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Giants.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough though.
So the first 9 weeks are literally going to determine our season, like where we go.
Yeah.
Because the back half of it's gonna be an absolute slugfest, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
especially the bye week. The bye week, you know what I gotta say, is good though to have right before the Chiefs, just because we want to take all of that time to bring back all of that hatred that we have,
100%,
and fight them back at their own field.
Well, because we had a bye week and then we go to Arrowhead.
Yeah.
But then the Bills and the 49ers are at home.
And 49ers, every time we play them, it is always a fucking tough game.
Always a tough game.
I hate it.
And hopefully they'll have a QB for this one.
Yeah.
But, dude, the 49ers fans are such bitches.
No, they're ready. They're ready for war.
They have been complaining all off season, and I'm so excited for this one. Excited.
If we injure them again.
I mean, bro, you're going to have the best DN in the NFC go up against a tight end. That's your fault.
Yeah.
So... But that's pretty much all we have. It's a short one, I know, but like I said, we had a lot going on the past week or so. And again, for the love of God, so Billy doesn't hunt you down, because he's right around the corner. He knows where you live. He's sniffing already.
Yes.
Please reach out to us at AB Sports Media and our email at billandajmedia@gmail.com.
Do it.
And you know what? Thank you again for listening to A&B Sports Media, the podcast. My name is AJ.
And I am Bill.
Nice. All right. Leave. Get out of here.
Don't worry about it. Do it now.
We're done with you. Bye.
Bye. If gambling has become a problem for you or for someone you know, please call 1-800-GAMBLER to seek free, confidential 24/7 problem gambling assistance. You can also text SUPPORT to 53342 to get more information about problem gambling behavior.